being kind of a bear. I set orientation for going horizontal and it doesn't like it. So, well, this is Christina BlackFeather and I couldn't sleep, so gonna work on my dragon here. This is the big recycled cardboard one. I need to get some scales done. Going to be painting the scales today. They're just for the top of his head. And they're going to look like pine cone. So he does have a name, but I'm not revealing it yet until he's finished. And not sure if I'm going to add another layer of cardboard here eventually. I was going to go clay, but because he's so flat along the sides, I might not. But yeah, we'll see. But today is just doing the scales. I've used a mixture of glues on him because when I started, I did not have a hot glue gun. Hi, coffee artist. I'm mailing out, I'm planning Tuesday morning to send the dwarf out to you. Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't sleep much, so I'm going to get about, like an hour stream, maybe a little longer, and just work on him because just was not happening. Yeah, the dwarf drawing I'm so happy with. So next one I'm starting tonight is colored pencil work of my grandson. So that'll be the next one because I got to get that done before Christmas and then work on another painting for family. So yeah, you're giving hot glue snot vibes. Yeah. Anyway, he initially, when I started making him, he actually is my first dragon puppet, and I started out using Gorilla Glue, and I couldn't find my clamps, so I had to use rocks inside to hold various areas together. So he initially did not come out the way I had planned, but boy, once I got that hot glue gun, that made a huge difference. And yeah, so I did get lights inside. I'm wanting to cover this in here a little bit more. And I may just take paper towel and put it up in there to cover the lights so you don't see the Mountain Dew package that I cut apart. But yeah, today is a specific plan to get some of this forehead scales done, and then I'll be putting up a tutorial on TikTok as well for doing the painting to make it look like, make the cardboard look like actual pine cone scales. So yeah, I am she seems to call when I'm doing stuff. Like when I'm live. Okay, I do have sound. All right. I'm hoping I'll get some of the dragon artists on here in a little while, but we'll see. If not, that's okay. And sugar, zero sugar Mountain Dew tonight because, well, I got to work all night, so I got to be up. Need a dose of caffeine. So, and what I am doing, this Cool Whip lid has had glue in it and everything else. This is not my palette that I normally use for paintings because I've also had to work with glue. I got my water here. I'll move that off the table though. And let's see if it'll let me switch the camera. You're going to let me switch the camera. Yay! And yeah, the cat bed on the steamer trunk is a little dirty. I apologize for that. And why this thing won't... I gotta figure out the app on the iPhone because it won't let me do the horizontal here, and it kind of has me a little aggravated. So the paints I'm using are just craft paints. Nothing exciting. A few browns. Different shades of brown actually, because it's going to take several different colors. One more thing to add, if you really wanted to, was to get like the fake snow, because if you get a sugar pine, it's going to have the white frosty sap will dry on the pine cone scales and it ends up looking like snow. So fake snow works wonders for that. And I had, where did I put the bag of the scales now? Seriously, Feather. I had cut up a whole lot. I also made, there's going to be mushroom shelves going on the sides of his face on the one side. I'm not painting those tonight, but I got a lot of the regular scales instead. So as per my little short video I did on shaping these, they are all out of recycled cardboard. And the plan tonight is to just get them to be colored properly, and then glue them on. And I'm going to kind of sort these a little bit while I'm here, because some of these I noticed have really interesting patterns. I was from the old sugar-free Spark box, and I may want to save those for another project. But I think I cut quite a few. I might be wrong. My fingers were sore after I got done shaping all of these. Yeah, bending the cardboard was hard. I could have probably made it a little easier going with the paper, but I still think it's gonna work. So yeah, that's a lot of these. I made quite a few. And let me try to get this angle here. Hi, Rowley. Long time no see. I haven't been gaming much. Not even on my own Vintage Story World. It got kind of frustrating with the update, and I couldn't stay connected to the server, and you know, I wanted to be able to finish the castle I had decided to start on that, but I don't know. I'm just going to wait and see what they do with the game, I guess, and play on my private one. But I haven't even been playing on that one on Vintage Story. Kind of think that one's cool. But I already bent them the wrong way. I'd hate to go buy another box of this Spark just to... Yeah, I'm just going to use them. Just to get the berries and the patterns, but I might do that. And Raleigh, I've also been kind of crazy with making things too. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Well, I don't know. Are the carvings I did, are they gonna like all the stuff I chiseled? Like I've got a bunch of stuff in the shop in Lake Town too that I can't even get to Lake Town. So it would be the base and the shop and the contents in the shop that I would need to have transferred. I haven't tried logging on the new server yet. I'm on the creative one, but the new one I haven't given a shot yet. Let me see. I'm off tomorrow. I'll see if I can connect to the new server. And if I have a decent connection, then I can, then I think we can transfer stuff, because then I've got my gears and my glowing glass that I've collected and stuff too then. Because I haven't looked at the new server at all, so. He doesn't, he's so big he doesn't show up on camera. Yeah, I'm making a dragon puppet right now, so I'm just gonna work on his scales. I'm gonna have to paint all of these black first. And the cat is cussing at my wife. Wake up, I wanna make biscuits on you. Yeah, I'll give it a look tomorrow. I've been just having too much fun doing art stuff, and plus I didn't get in the craft shows that I wanted to get into, in part because of the one we didn't, as soon as they opened up sign up, the sale was so big that they closed. They were full in 2 hours. And then, of course, the other one I had missed because I had been in the hospital the week before, and I still was not doing great. So, yeah, it's been kind of a little relief this year, because I'm now getting into Christmas presents and getting stuff done, and that's always a challenge for me in previous years. So yeah, as you can see, for anybody watching later, I just start out with a black. I'm going to let that dry. It doesn't have to be perfectly coated or anything, because once I glue these on, they will be overlapping, and you won't see this end of the scale. I don't think I'll get gluing done tonight. I don't have that much time. Oh yeah, I actually cut back. I'm still getting 40 hours, but I'm not doing a ton of overtime, except tonight was overtime, but I missed, since that happened in September, this is the first week I actually got full-time hours, because I switched my schedule and they weren't too happy about it. But I'm not doing double shifts anymore, which has some other nurses aggravated about it, but I gotta take care of me first. And I still have to, get full-time hours in, so I'm working tonight because I had missed so much last week still, that at least this way it's the equivalent of 40 hours for last week. It'd be nice when I can get to a point where I'm doing more work at home and not having to go outside the house so much. Oh yeah, that's exactly it. I don't want to kill myself. especially when, you know, my wife needs me too, and it's like overworking myself to where I end up with a long hospital stay or surgery or something just isn't good. They were concerned that I had what's called a subarachnoid hemorrhage, which there is a lining between the brain and the skull itself, and you can have a hemorrhage in between that lining in the skull or that lining in the brain, and it will cause severe pain and eventually cause some permanent damage without surgery, because it increases the pressure inside the skull. And, you know, then you also have active bleeding. So I didn't have that, fortunately, but that still was a scary experience. And the thought of that, you know, with having an aneurysm or something like that is just not something I want to have happen. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go through all these scales and get them all covered in black. Not the greatest brush, but that's okay. Don't want it to be the greatest brush. And Mr. United for the children, welcome. Where was that quote from? Yeah, let me flip the camera back around so Mr. and I can see, and Rowley can see what I'm working on. So there's the lovely view of the ceiling. And this is the dragon puppet I'm making. And that was my shoulder cracking. And he does light up on the inside. A lot of work to go. But yeah, recycled cardboard. Hinged jaw. And I'm making pine cone scales. I couldn't cut the pine cones apart to go all the way in between here, and then I'm going to be doing layers of real materials on the sides, natural materials. So I had to make fake pine cone scales. But I've made these before, just not this many. And once I'm going to set aside some of them too to make a short for how to do these. So I'm going to have some painted in different steps. Sometimes my English disappears on me. A lot of work doing a big piece like this, though. Paper ones, depending, it can be a little easier, but there are some of these puppet artists. There's one, she's from, I think she's Russian, Adele.oral on TikTok. And she's been on all sorts of TikTok compilations and stuff. She did one of the xenomorphs from Alien and even has the inner mouth pops out and those jaws open and close as well. And it looks like it came right from the film, and she made it out of cardboard. It's like just insane. She's also done replicas of dinosaurs that move and just all sorts of really cool stuff. I'm not at that level yet, but it's an interesting form of movable sculpture to me and a little different than needle felting sculpture. So I I'm having fun with it. And that's the point, is to just have fun. I keep telling people in the dragon puppet community to just have fun with what they're doing and never mind the trolls, because they're getting them. I had one try to hit me today. Um, and then they ended with, well, how do you feel arguing with a 14-year-old? I said, how do you feel being called out for bad behavior like a little child? And then I said, by the way, I just have fun picking on trolls, and you're my target. I'm not very nice about it. But it's gotten so bad in that community, even on TikTok, that there's younger puppet makers and younger artists that, I mean, even 10-year-olds are getting teased about doing these, and they're quitting left, right, and sideways. It's gotten really bad. And then on YouTube, of course, there isn't shadow banning on YouTube, although they try to claim there is. Some of them are quitting because they're not getting enough views, and I'm like, there's millions and millions of viewers on YouTube. You're just getting lost in the numbers. It's not that you're being banned by YouTube for anything. I guess it does happen on TikTok. But a lot of them are getting discouraged, and I've kind of taken it on myself to kind of be mom and just encourage them, keep going with their art. If they enjoy doing it, then do it. Do it for yourself. You don't need to get approval from everybody else over it. And I know that's a hard lesson to learn. It took me forever. Robbie, oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Oh my God, I cannot imagine hundreds of scales on a cake. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Yeah, we need more videos on Vintage Story, and that's it. I was going to do that as a live stream today on my own world, but I could not get OBS to update whatsoever, and I still need to figure out what cord I need for the second monitor here, because I'm down to one monitor on my wife's old computer since mine had blown, and the graphics card connection is a little different. So, it would have been a little harder, but to do it. But I thought, oh, I'll just load up OBS, and if I have to edit later, so be it. No, OBS tried updating and then froze on me several times, and I just deleted it. I'm gonna have to reinstall it. So I thought instead I'll do this. Get myself all messy. I don't know how many scales I got here. Yeah, it is a real pain in the butt. I probably could do StreamYards. I mean, I have paid StreamYards, but then I'm going completely web-based and going I have T-Mobile internet, and sometimes I question, I've been getting poor internet quality this week. And it kind of goes up and down. So I thought, if I'm running Vintage and trying to broadcast that at the same time, I didn't know how that was going to work tonight. So that's the other reason I didn't go with StreamYards tonight. So right now I'm actually on my iPhone because I don't have OBS and the camera set up yet for squirting paint all over my table. This table's got paint on it already. But I just decided I wasn't going to fight with it. It would take me the whole hour and a half I have to get stuff done before getting ready for work to get it running, and that would have just agitated me, and I would have been aggravated. And it's like, no, I'll just have fun. And yeah, art has been really life for me lately. I'll have to photograph stages of it tonight, but I'm working on a drawing of a dragon. I'm doing a ink one in my old sketchbook, my old hardcover, that I got it from a photograph. The photographer was very brave. He took a photo of a venomous snake with its mouth wide open from the front, looking right in the snake's mouth. And so I drew it and turned it into a dragon, and I'm inking that in. And it's looking pretty nice. But I'm going really super high detail. And I have to do that in stages because I want to do a colored pencil in my grandson, and then I have another project I want to get done before Christmas, another painting. So, yeah. I take things, I tend to work on like 7, 8 projects all at once. They all eventually get done. If I have a commission, they go faster. But yeah, it's just, I can't shut my brain off. So I have to at least get things started. So I kind of save the image in my head that way, where the image doesn't get lost. And some projects I'll finish right away, but it all depends on my mood too, or if it's taken so many steps, there's glue drying time, there's all sorts of factors involved. And I might just get frustrated and say, yeah, I'm gonna go work on this for a while. It was so frustrating growing up because my mom is an artist, but she is really old school, and it was always, you don't start a second project till you get this one done first. And she tried to teach me the lesson by doing this gigantic latch hook. I hated that latch hook. Now, I kind of enjoy doing latch hook now. But this thing was my very first latch hook project. It was these shag pine trees with a sunset. She had it hung up on the wall for decades, and it's gone now. I don't know if she threw it or what happened. But I hated that thing. Oh my God. And she would not let me start any other project. She was upset I had projects in art class that I had to do first for school, because I had to learn to do one project at a time and finish it. It's like, you gotta let an artist work in their own way. And some of us have to have several projects going at once, because overall it does help us get the other ones done, and it helps us take a break from one thing. I can see the old school way of just one at a time and, get this finished. But if you're doing something that takes months in the first place, sometimes that can be very hard, because you can't sketch to prepare for other projects in the future. I mean, what do you do? So that's my take on that one. Kind of glad I broke away from that. Because, I mean, yeah, I do have an art business, but I want to be able to have fun with what I'm doing too. Hi, Amanda. This is the reason I didn't pick up the phone, because I had just started streaming when you called. I'm not going to be on long tonight because I have to work, so I will call you when I get done with the live stream. But I'm using my phone, so that's why I didn't pick up. It would have froze the whole stream. I'm just working on a dragon puppet right now, making fake pine cone scales. I'm wondering tonight if I have time, I might actually put a base coat of color on the dragon itself too. Sorry, I keep bumping the phone. Yeah, they're not gluing together. Oops. What shall meow meow meow? Meow. She's got the cutest meow. Meow. Chow chow. I had barbecued chicken wings from Domino's for supper. And Chell was trying to eat my fingers. I had washed my hands and everything, and they still smelled pretty good, I guess. She got sharp little teeth. Yeah, all three of our cats are pretty noisy. Gemstone. I do, but I don't like Instagram, so I'm not very prolific on there. I just think Instagram is so clunky, and I mean, it's not hard to use, but I just don't like it. You know, same thing with Facebook. I'm on them, but it's not my favorite. There's certain people I will check up on, and that's it. Oh, okay, no problem, Mr. Unite. I'm just glad you're here. It's always nice seeing you. One I should check up on is Mudbrooker. I don't know where he's been lately. Hi, Carol. Welcome. I'm just painting, doing base layer of scales right now for the cardboard dragon I'm making. Just contact me here on YouTube. And your name is not familiar. And the fact that you're getting awfully personal there, I'm married. I'm not interested, if that's where you're going with this. And I'm also not going to send anybody money. I'm just going to lay that out there right away. But I do have an email connected with my YouTube, and that's the one I check. As my old business email is 30 years old and it's full of spam, and I'm still trying to clean it out and get rid of all the excess stuff in it. So When YouTube forced me to get a Google email account, I was actually pretty happy. I do appreciate you stopping by, though, Gemstone. Don't get me wrong on that. I like visiting with people, so. Oops. I'm actually getting these painted. That's a lot of scales. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I cut and shaped that many. I wonder why my hands were sore. I'm just using cheap craft paint. This one I had actually gotten at the thrift store in a pack of paint. But that one's really cheap. I think at Walmart it's like $3 or something. And so I'm just using it for this. Otherwise, I use painter's acrylics on acrylic canvases, or I do oils, or I mix watercolor and colored pencil on cardstock. Although for coffee artist, the dwarf I did, I've got, I did that one with just colored pencil. Because I thought the ink was going to be, ink outlining, I didn't think was going to work for that. And I'm glad I made the decision I did. It came out really good. I did my first oil painting. Well, my first one I think was acrylic when I was 12. I sold that right away. But then when I was 15, I did an oil painting of a old shack or whatever with a water wheel attached, and the river was going, the stream was going from the water wheel down the picture, and it was on a piece of cypress log. And my sister's grandparents, my half sister, they installed a clock on it. They had bought the piece when they were in Florida, and when they passed on, I got it back. And what really made me just laugh myself hysterically is when I got it back, I was still living with my ex, and he tried to say that I purchased it and how much I purchased it for, and it was awfully expensive, and how dare I, and everything. And I'm like, okay, do you see the date on here? And he's like, yeah. And I said, do you see the name on here? I said, I painted this when I was 15 for them for a Christmas present. Oh. The clock still doesn't work on it. And I need to find a place to hang it up yet, because it's pretty heavy. But it actually is really pretty, and there's good memories with it, including my ex's reaction to that, because that was funny. And that one was in oils. I love painting with oils on wood and on leather. Oils on leather I just think is fantastic. For one thing, leather does, yeah, leather does hold the paint very well, and oil is pretty good for finished leather. But it also lasts a very, very long time. I painted this dice bag in 1995 with oils on white buckskin. And the nice thing about using the oils is this is so flexible. I mean, this bag has been used and abused. It doesn't even have the original handle on it anymore. And the leather's very soft, and the oil just hung in there so nicely. So yeah, that's my favorite media surface to do oils on, is leather. And then of course there's the professional face paints I like to use on skin, because those work out really nice. Paint, 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 paint. That's what's so funny, is I've got dragons that old. Hi, Juanita. I'm just painting what will look like scales from pine cones when I get done. These are actually going to be scales for the nose piece of the dragon puppet I'm making out of cardboard. So right now I'm just putting the base layer down, and I'm going to put the base layer of paint on the dragon puppet as well, before I start doing a finishing painting tonight. Because I work night shift tonight too, so I have to at some point get ready for work, and I have to call one of the commenters on this video. It's actually my best friend's daughter, and I'm her crazy aunt. But I couldn't sleep anymore. I got 6 hours of sleep. I feel refreshed, and it's like, okay, I need to do something. I can't just sit here. I need to accomplish something. So I'm making my fingers black. It's acrylic. It washes off. And I had cut and shaped all of these cardboard pieces to be the shape of pine cone scales. And that took some time. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And then I have some fans, including a big pheasant feather hair tie that has a Palomino horse on it, and then the one pheasant fan, it's in the other room, has Palomino horse on it. And the reason I had done the pheasant is because that would have, it's part of my nobility costume for the Renaissance Festival. I have different costumes. And having feather work like that would have been something that a noble would have had, not peasantry. And so yeah, that's hanging in the other room right now. And I've painted on smudge fans and stuff too, so you know, if people had me make some for them. Feathers are an interesting surface, but I still, with oils, I prefer the leather. It's my favorite. Turn to everything. Turn, turn, turn. Yep, my wife is sleeping right through the live stream in the chair over here. So that's the snoring in the background. iPhone picks up quite a bit. It's funny. Hi, Dragon Cove. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping in. I love my dragons. I want to have other people be able to enjoy dragons, you know. Are you meowing again, Chell? Brrr. Where are you? I don't even see her. We're gonna be getting a rack for my wife's laptop so it can be up on, standing on its side, and she doesn't keep stepping on the HDMI cable. She's broken a couple of them already. And my wife has to have the 60-inch TV attached to the laptop in order to be able to read and stuff. I keep banging the phone. Oh, thank you, Raleigh. Yeah, I just, I was wondering what the next update in Vintage is going to be like, and I know it's an early access game anyway, but it's like you get all this work done and then an update breaks everything, especially if you got the mods. Yeah, you go get to bed. Enjoy sleeping for me, because, well, I'll be up all night. Some of these might stick together, but I don't care if they tear apart a little bit. It's no big deal. I made some of them bigger. These are actually, this one I'm holding is about the size of the giant pine cones. The scales off of that. Actually, this one is, I saw them at Hobby Lobby. They had the full-size giant cones. And the scales are huge. Good night. Sleep well. So I'm doing various sizes so that the ones near the nose are going to be the smaller ones. And the big ones, be further back on the forehead. And then I saw on TikTok, I was in a live today with a chain mailer, and she was wearing scale mail gloves that she had made. And the palms, she had actually put padding in so she could wear those gloves while she's making chainmail. Because, after a while, the pliers tend to hurt your hands. And it's like, doggone it, they looked so cool. I was like, I want to figure out how to make those. I'm going to have to play around a bit. I'm also saving a lot of pop tabs too, because I want to do a scale shirt out of pop tabs. Oops. So yeah, if anybody watching wants to send me a whole bunch of pop tabs, I don't need the cans, just the tabs. I don't care what colors either. I'll find a use for them. I have a couple of moderators, Bam Bam. And one is my wife, and the other one is a really good friend of mine. And then I have two more moderators who are still mods, even though they passed away. One passed away a year ago, and the other one's been, I think, 5 years now. 836. What is 836? Let's see. What is your channel? I'm gonna take a look right now. If it'll let me. Here we go. No, because you're being rude. And I don't appreciate that. I'm normally very patient with smaller channels because I don't have a big channel myself. But you're being very, very rude about it. You don't come to my channel and make demands of me. Hate to tell you. So anyway, let's see what time it is. My watch is charging. Oh, that's why you were saying the time. Thank you, Koichi.
What time is it?
8:36. Well, 8:38 now.
Someone the alarm went off?
Sweetie, I woke you up. You talked to me. You wished me a good night, and I went to the bedroom. I got up 10 minutes later because I could not sleep, and you were snoring.
And I thought you set an alarm.
I did, but I woke you up when it was time for it to go off.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You've had a kitten yelling at you? So people have been meowing in the live chat. Oh my gosh. Trying to paint these things in a hurry. Getting them done though. The pile has dwindled greatly. Yeah, I thought of doing air dry clay on these just to get the shape better, but I don't feel like it. It'll come off the way I want it to look. Oh my gosh, the cost of some of the air dry clays too. I want to look at making my own, and I had an idea too of doing this dragon with paper mache. And instead I looked at some of the homemade paper mache recipes, and used to be able to use joint compound, except the one gal that does the paper mache that lasts a good long time, you know, for actual sculptural, I said don't use DAP. Well, it's gotten to be that DAP is like the biggest thing on the market, and all the other joint compounds, they're going with a formula similar to DAP. And what happens is you mix the Elmer's glue with it, or any PVA glue, and combined with that joint compound and the paper and the water, it ends up turning into a rubbery mess, and it doesn't dry. And so people are trying to figure out new formulas for doing permanent paper mache. Seems like Elmer's glue mixed with flour seems to help, but I'm going to play around and see what results I get. Because I'd like to do a 3-dimensional clay dragon puppet too. Because that'd be fun. Because that one I would love to turn into an actual puppet for one of my Renaissance costumes. And if the paper mache is done right, it'll be okay in the wet, you know, so. I think I am just going to hide that user because that, just having that sitting there in my live chat is driving me crazy.
What happened?
Oh, I had somebody come on, they wanted a shout out.
Oh. Okay.
And they were very, very demanding about it. And I'm like, then nope. Trying to grow their channel, so they just go to random live streams and say, give me a shout out several times. And I looked at his channel, it's not even related to anything I'm doing. And just because of the attitude, I wasn't happy about it. So I just went and hid them from the channel. All right. Well, that's the first coat of scales. Yeah, they are going to stick to everything. That's okay. I don't care. So I'm not going to, of course, glue any on today. But the gluing process is going to be, let me get him in the camera again, is you're going to take the big ones in the back first and then just glue your way down with the different rows. But that will be for another live. But it's about time I get some base painting done on this guy.
Yeah, I think it's time to do base painting.
I'm really contemplating under here. I can't go too far back because I'll be blocking my hand movement, but if I mimic the larger, the larger patches of leather on the underside of the neck.
Mimic, kill it!
I think that would be really cool. We're not killing mimics today. We don't have any. They've all been defeated.
That's what you think until the desk starts laughing.
I love it. That's great. Now, stuff may or may not be glued over top of this, but I'm going to put the base coat on anyway. Because I have a plan, but I kind of don't have a plan. So, at least this way I've given myself a chance to work on things and figure out what I'm going to do later. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. Sorry for the camera quake, everybody. There we go. Okay. That's better. I'm going to run out lot of this paint. Fortunately, it's cheap at Walmart. I think I'll just finish painting one side first. I have plans for the design for both sides, but am I going to be able to execute it is going to be the other story. When the closet goblin is saying execute.
Execute!
Execute. I'm not going to paint the inside of the horns because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with those yet. Hi, Chell, are you over here yelling at me now? Daddy's awake, so now you got to yell at me? Crazy cat. She's so funny. Now what I did for the inside of the mouth, might as well show you guys.
Just burned it. Ow.
Well, it's not my fault you burned the inside of your mouth. I'm going to end up with these scales all over the floor, and the cats are going to find them and have a playtime. I just know it. This here, I mixed glue in with the paint. The tongue is tissue paper or napkin, actually. And I had mixed Elmer's glue and paint and water, and I just scrunched it all into the napkin, and then I painted the red over top, and then hot glued for all the spit. And the inside of the mouth here is napkin that I had coated with paint and glue as well. I don't want to go that thick on the top one because of the lighting I have in there. But for anyone watching this later, that's just things I did for the inside of the mouth. And doggone it, I'm going to try to make the plastic work. This was plastic from a food container. And I painted the eye, attached it on the inside, and then put the plastic over top with hot glue. And I melted it down a bit and stuff too. But I think the next dragon, I'm not going to do that because I don't like how much it hid the paint job that I did on the eye. And it's kind of on here now. But I know better for next time. And the way I did the eye for Night Bloom Snapdragon, I really like that. The colors were really showing and everything, and that's what I wish I would have had on this dragon, but it is the way it is. Since he technically is the first puppet I started, I really kind of need to figure out my techniques on him. So he's a learning piece. So yeah, he may be my first one, but he's also not finished yet, and I've finished a lot of other ones beforehand. I just kept adding and adding and adding. I didn't think, I knew it was going to take a while, but I didn't think it was going to take this long. But this happens with my needle felts too. What I eventually would love to be able to do is to do a needle felted puppet. I think that would be pretty awesome if I could figure out how to do the inner workings. Whoops. There we go. Actually, this is looking a lot better. I may still have to take some air dry clay or something around the outside of this eye and repaint it. You know, repaint the air dry clay so it's black before I start adding all the natural materials on, but it's already looking better. I wasn't exactly thinking there now, was I? Whoopsie! Can I get under there? Not really. Oh well. I guess I will be definitely adding air dry clay over top of that part. Oh my gosh. Then what you guys might think is funny is I moved my paint tray off of the table. So I have to reach around and get the paint on the brush, reach around the stand the phone is on, and I keep hitting it on the way back, so I'm actually painting the phone stand.
While doing a reach around.
At least I'm not slapping the stand like Bob Ross did cleaning his brushes. You know, I gotta reference Bob Ross in every single art stream. It just isn't me unless I do that. Oh, I didn't glue that down very good, did I? But that doesn't matter because it's not going to be seen. This is just a base layer in case anything happens to show under the stuff I get done on here. I had mentioned earlier my two moderators that I still have permanently on my channel that are gone from this world now. Paranor001, his channel is still up. He and I did a lot of Minecraft together and stuff, and we were really, really good friends. He passed away about 5 years ago. And he's... I've had issues trying to download his videos to re-upload on my channel because some of his live streams were like 5-6 hours. And I wanted to preserve them, but YouTube is not taking his channel down, so I'm not as much in a panic anymore over it. So his videos are still up. And so he's here, and some of you may know Grampy Lobster passed away last year, and he's always been a moderator here and remains so. And then I has me wife, Tez Catlapoca.
Speaking of that, take me off as a moderator. It seems fatal.
Why?
It seems to be fatal.
No, it's not. It's just they're ones who are gone, and I will keep them on because that's in their honor that they stay here. They will always be a part of this channel.
I know.
And the Mudbrooker is my other moderator. Yeah, even these side horns here, these little spikes, I don't know if I will actually, might have to 3D the inside of those. Nebulana! Yeah, I haven't seen much of Mudbrooker. He's been working on his channel more than anything, so, you know, he's got all those good sourdough videos and the cast iron restoration and everything, you know. All right, I am going to grab white. And good evening to you, by the way.
Good evening.
It is Halloween, almost. 2 days.
I want to suck your ones and zeros.
Ugh. Oh my god. I might have to get some more craft paint white. I'm actually using the good canvas paint right now.
Why does it seem to be frozen?
Because I have it paused.
Oh.
I'm filming on here.
Oh, okay.
Again, base coat, you guys.
Hello, everybody.
This is not how it's going to look.
Hello.
The teeth will be painted much better. That's going to be a separate live stream too. Because I want to showcase painting teeth and actual claws that you can wear on the offhand. Because I figured out how to make origami dragon claws. Thank you. Mudbrooker lives in a church? Oh, okay. I had no idea who you were talking about because I thought he was out in the middle of the woods in Wisconsin because, well, I've gone to meet him face to face. Grampy thought that was great. Oh. Yeah, I don't know a lot of the people on TikTok yet. Boy, it's amazing. The base coat sure changes the personality of the dragon until you know, it's going to change a lot more again when I get more layers and get all the natural materials on that I want to do. Yeah, I think in here I am going to do just a thin layer of napkin and then paint. And get these teeth natural looking. Right now I just want to cover up the Mountain Dew logos.
Hard.
I should just do a Mountain Dew dragon.
There you go.
Huh. The 1870 Studio is the name of this couple's channel on TikTok. He's from Scotland and she went over there and lived for a few years and they came back to the US.
Okay.
think having a Mountain Dew pop case dragon would be entertaining. I really should.
I think it's a great idea.
I do too. And it'll look quite a bit different than this one I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
That means I'm saving more Mountain Dew boxes again.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're easy to take apart and compress. I don't know what Balaam is doing upstairs. I hear meowing.
No idea.
Do we ever know what Balaam is doing?
Nope. 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 Nope.
Does Balaam know what Balaam is doing?
Nope. 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 Nuh-uh.
Oh my gosh, that cat. She is funny. Creating evil. I think she might be harassing the evil because Wraith is refusing to come downstairs right now.
Okay.
I don't understand.
What, Chow Chow?
I never know what's going on in this house with the cats.
What, Chow Chow? Really?
Meow meow. Jojo meow meow meow.
Okay.
Yes, and this is how we talk to our cats all day.
Were you making a ton of noise and
Yes, she was.
why were you making tons of noise?
I think she wanted you awake.
No. You're awake all the time.
Okay. Well, the teeth are
That's a kitten.
getting covered up.
That's a good kitten.
I might have to, some of these teeth that are kind of messy, I might have to cover them up a little bit.
Such a silky.
Or trim them down, I should say.
Such a silky. What are you doing dentistry now?
Yes. This dragon is getting tooth whitening. And then I'm going to have to shape his teeth.
Watch it. They're gonna come after you for doing dentistry without a license.
Dragon dentistry. Nebulana says, ah.
Oh. Watch out for the fire.
Yeah. I want to figure out, of course, I understand now I can actually do that on the phone. That I could do a collaboration video if I set it up that way in the first place. So I got to remember how to do that. And that's a very good possibility.
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you?
I only have tomorrow off this week.
What's the matter with you?
I want to do another live stream. Probably do that Tuesday night if I get enough sleep. But yeah, I'd like to be able to set up that there are collab craft nights because those are fun.
What you doing? What you doing? Oh, you
And at least get him done here.
really cute. You're terribly cute.
I accomplished quite a bit.
You're terribly cute.
Chell's too cute to be creating evil.
You're just too cute.
But she's such a spoiled cat.
Yeah, you go. Get some. You got some lovelies. You go.
Yeah, I don't know how to crochet, and it's like I really want to know how to crochet, but it's like I do so many other things. No. I am being a very good girl.
As you do dragon puppetry.
Yeah. Not being that good of girl.
Okay.
And there's other scale or other chainmail weaves I want to learn too, so.
Well, I know that.
No, I just have to, once I get a couple of pictures done before Christmas, then I want to get back to expanding on the chainmail and the scale mail. One of the pictures I decided I'm doing in colored pencil again. One of Jonathan. The other dog one I want to do is a full-size painting again. Let's see. Oh yeah, chainmail is fun, but it can get really hard on your hands. And then I found that I like to do kind of sculptural chainmail in Byzantine weave, and I like to do the micro mail. It's a lot of fun. Stray glue tendril. There we go. It's gone. But I'd really, really like to do scale too. A lot more of that. Because I want to make myself a long scale dragon's tail for one of my costumes. And they're expensive. They're super expensive. So it's like, I want to learn how to make it. Oh, hey, I haven't dumped any of the painted scales on the floor yet. Okay.
Woohoo!
You guys would not believe the floor right now. I am not showing a picture of it.
What did you do?
Well, there's paper all over and I gotta sweep. This has been my crafting spot and it's a mess.
Oh.
We buy the rings from Ring Lord. We don't cut our own. I think there's another site we've started buying some different colors of rings too.
We've got mail.
Oh, we've got mail. As in the word weave. Like on a loom or chainmail. Nebulana says that she has dog hair tumbleweeds. Well, we've got cat hair tumbleweeds. Yeah. Yeah, the little fluffy girls leave a lot of tumbleweeds.
Leaving tumbleweeds.
Drifting along with the feline tumbleweeds.
Are you two leaving tumbleweeds, huh? I don't think they're tumbleweeds. I think they're just hair reserves.
Hair reserves in case I want to needle felt another cat.
Yeah.
Ah. That is funny. I like that.
Well, Balam has run short on her tail before.
Yeah, I suppose if she pulls out all her tail fluff again, I might have to needle felt her some new fluff
Yeah,
off her old stuff.
just stick it on there.
Oh, needle felting is fun. I like it. And it's a lot cheaper and a lot easier to transport than sculpting in bronze or even wood carving. I loved working in bronze. I learned lost wax and I really enjoy that, but it's pricey, especially now that metals, get more and more expensive.
Mm.
I have 4 bronzes that I finished 2 of them. One I did a walking horse, and when I put the sprues in and the vents, it didn't cast all the way, so his 1 foot is missing. And I was always going to recast that, which meant I would have to weld the foot and then take grinders and stuff and shape it so that it would look like it was originally part of the first pour. But I never got to doing that, so there it sits. I was kind of into a mix of Western art and fantasy art at the same time. And I had a teacher that was in galleries in New York and all sorts of other places for his glass blowing and for his bronze works. I had an excellent teacher. I didn't take the glass blowing. Oh, he also did the stained glass too. He was teaching that. The college I went to had an excellent art program. And it was just a community college, but their art program was pretty amazing. Oh yeah, silversmithing gets expensive too. My former belly dance teacher does a lot of silversmithing. She's got beautiful pieces, and there's several I'd like to own, but she sells them for, up to $185 each for just her rings. And oh my gosh, her stuff is so pretty. I was going to learn silversmithing and do some designs for Peter Stone jewelry, and I was Peter Stone had sent me kits to get started. He was interested in my work, and so he sent me stuff for free and said, just send me some designs when you get to them, and I'll show you the process because I want to get new sculptors for my pagan jewelry. And unfortunately, at the time, I was married to somebody who was not supportive and also didn't hold a job very often, so didn't have the money to get stuff cast, which would have been okay because Peter, I'm pretty sure, would have covered some of that if he had designs of mine that he liked. But then I had no support to even do the wax sculptures I wanted to do in the first place, so it didn't happen, which I'm disappointed because Peter Stone has got gorgeous jewelry. And of course it's silver. And then of course I don't know if it is the same Peter Stone though, because the other Peter Stone from Briar Horses had seen some of my sculptures when I was 18 and wanted to have me sculpt for him too. and I had prepared a really gorgeous sculpture, but all I had, it was just regular Sculpey back then. They didn't have the professional level Sculpey clays. And so I probably would have been better just doing it in wax. But, 18, I don't know what I was doing, So the sculpture, did a laying down mare and foal, and it was winged mare and foal. And I detailed the feathers and everything. It came out really, really nice, but it just broke in so many places. I got discouraged and gave up on it. But then Peter Stone moved on to do his own company anyway, outside of Breyer. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I almost ended up being a sculptor for Breyer horses. And for Peter Stone jewelry, so it kind of sucked. But you end up learning, and you go on from there. There's times where things happen and you have some fails and you just learn from them and move on, and so that's what I did. But I have to give Amanda a call yet, and then I got to get ready for work. So I think we're good. I made some progress. I got the base painting on the scales and on him. I'm not base painting this because it's going to be completely covered. That's not going to matter. So, whoops. So he does, like I showed earlier, he does light up. Maybe.
He simply lights up the room.
Oh, he does. He lights up the room so much. Can't really see it here. Let me shut that off. Yeah, you can kind of see the glow a little bit. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I could have set that bulb a little further down in the eye, but I think it's okay. That's the only mechanic he's really got, is just some of the glow there. And that's why I'm not sure if I want to do the upper part of the mouth, because I'd really like to get the bulbs to stay. So I might just do another layer of hot glue in there and kind of seal the inside of the upper part of the mouth, just so it keeps that glow to it. So there he is. Next one I add lights to will be better. Again, it's a learning process, so anyway, thank you to everybody who showed up, and I'm going to be up all night, so I hope you all get some good sleep for me, and hopefully I'll be seeing you all later this week. I don't know where y'all came from. I'm not Southern. Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We always end up laughing here. Okay, blessed be everybody. Have a great night. And how do I stop this crazy thing? Like...